Hi everyone, back to the more YouTube channel. It's Chris back with my rant stroke thought of the day. And I thought I was in for a relaxing summer. I was looking forward to the transfer market opening, looking forward to the Euros, and just having a bit of a breather really. But no, football has dragged me once again back into the rantmobile and it's full speed ahead. And if anyone didn't see what happened at the weekend, it was the official close of the football calendar. The Champions League final. It was at Wembley this year, and it was Borussia Dortmund versus Real Madrid. Real Madrid won 2-0, even though they were crap for the majority of the game. And the game was obviously televised all over the world in many different media outlets. Now, however you consume your football, that's up to you. I'm not going to say where you watch and how you watch it. But mainly in the UK, most people would have had to have watched it on TNT Sports, formerly BT Sports. Now, BT Sports were crap, really, and they rebranded as TNT. And although they made some positive changes, bringing in the likes of Laura Woods as the main anchor, who's brilliant, a really good broadcaster. Obviously, Ali McCoist on commentary is fantastic. By and large, they seem to keep 75% of the roster that made them shit, including the most boring man in the world in the shape of Owen Hargreaves. Paul Scholes pops up now and again as well, who's got about as much charisma as a wet shit on a wedding day. And then Rio Ferdinand, the main culprit really of their awful punditry levels. And TNT Sports tried something very different in the weekend. And loads of people have seen this doing around on social media. We commented on it as well. It was something different that TNT tried to do, I think, to kind of capture that CBS vibe that you have with Kate Abdo, Henri Carragher, and obviously Big Meeks. And it was Rio Cam. That's right. No, it wasn't a camera on the beach in Brazil. That would have been way more entertaining. It was a camera solely focused on Rio Ferdinand. Now, before I get into this, it's titled Media Muppets as part of a long series which will continue probably longer than Star Wars, I'd imagine. But before I get into this, as a player, Rio Ferdinand, undoubtable quality. Absolutely brilliant. One of the best defenders of his generation. Cultured, changed that position really in terms of the way that he played the game. But as a pundit, he is fucking awful. He's absolutely terrible as a pundit. Now, as Newcastle fans, this Mike Ashley superfan has got history with us, so we obviously look at it from an angle. I'm sure all the Manchester United fans who have got nothing better to do, they're sick of comment on Goldbridge videos, so they're under here now giving me loads of shit. Here's one for you. If Jonathan Woodgate hadn't had so many injuries, would he have been better? Fucking suck on that one and think about it. But going back to Rio Ferdinand, as a pundit, he's fucking dreadful. He gives this, street bro, innit vibe, while he's wearing a watch that's more expensive than probably any money these fucking people who he's trying to appeal to will ever see in their lives. That's one thing. But this whole concept of the camera being trained on Rio Ferdinand was the most cringy fucking thing I've ever seen on mainstream media in my entire life of watching football and the evolution of football on media. I mean, fuck me dead. I've seen some YouTubers who would perform better than this bloke was. He was just shouting, Ballon d'Or, Ballon d'Or, Ballon d'Or at the camera, and it was the most fucking ridiculous thing you've ever seen in your life. You had a proper polished broadcaster, Laura Woods, at the back looking at the game with a microphone in her hand, and you were thinking, fucking hell, it would have been better having Ali McCoist on the camera. At least had a bit of crack, had a bit of charisma, and didn't come across as a total bellend like Rio Ferdinand. And I think this is where TNT have totally missed the mark here. Rio Ferdinand may be an amazing player. Listen, the motherfucker carries himself well. He dresses sharp, and he looks the business. But he's not likeable. He's not a likeable pundit. You're trying to recapture the CBS vibe. Big Meeks is one of the most likeable blokes there is in the game. Sometimes his opinions can be a bit wider than mark. We've dug him out on here before as well. But as a bloke, he seems like the kind of bloke you'd want to go have a beer with. Thierry Henry is suave and cool and funny and sarcastic. Carragher's way better on CBS than he is on Sky. But even when he's on Sky, Carragher never talk with intelligence, with articulation, with confidence, and you buy into what they're saying. Whether you agree or disagree, but you'll still watch them because you find them engaging. Rio just shouts out superlatives in fucking absolute nonsense. He was talking about, was it Jude Bellingham missing a chance and that he's just lost the Ballon d'Or, and then Vinicius Jr. scored that goal and he just shouted Ballon d'Or about 10 times. And TNT reposted this like it was something to be proud of, and it's completely backfired on them because everyone who's anybody has just reshared it and said, this is cringy as fuck. There's even been an article put in the Telegraph basically telling TNT to do better and stop trying to copy CBS, because that's blatantly what they were trying to do. They've seen this work for CBS and they thought, right, we need to get a bit of that. What can we do? Oh, we'll put Rio on the camera. Rio's great crack. No, guys, Rio is not fucking great crack whatsoever. You know, someone like Ali McCoy has got the banter. Read the fucking social media feeds. You know, your marketing department needs sacked, because read the social media. Ali McCoy is the one who appeals to people. Laura Woods appeals to people. McManaman, Hargreaves, fucking Rio Ferdinand, they don't appeal to anybody. Jose was great fun when he was on Jose's box office. But fucking Rio Ferdinand, come on, give your head a wobble. The guy is not likable. He's got shit crack. And he's just awful to watch. I don't watch anything that the guy's on. I didn't even watch that fucking feed. I consumed it elsewhere, which I won't say where it was. But I watched it elsewhere, and I enjoyed it a lot more than watching that fucking tit shout Ballon d'Or at the camera. But let us know in the comments below what you think about the TNT thing. Did you think it was cringy as fuck? Should they do better mainstream media? I mean, Jesus wept, just go watch fan-led media. You know, I'm sure there would have been a Borussia Dortmund or Real Madrid watch along like the Toon Review do for Newcastle. It would have been way more entertaining than that. I mean, cringy as fuck. TNT Sports, what's the point of rebranding if you're going to keep the same wankers on the roster? That's my thoughts about that, guys. If this is the kind of thing you like, smash subscribe, like the video, help the channel grow. We'll be back with some more rants soon, because there's a few things starting to flick my switch this summer. Have a belter. We'll see you later. Cheers.